Hello and welcome back to the Destiny Global Facebook page. My name is Carmen and I am one of the trainers here with Destiny Global. And tonight we have our success tip, which we bring to you live every couple of weeks. One of the trainers comes on the Facebook page and we give you applicable knowledge, applicable things that you can apply in your life immediately to help improve your relationships, to help improve your bottom line if you have a business, inspiration to start businesses. And as we wrap up these last couple weeks of the year, we are about to embark on one of the most inspired times of the year. This is the time where people start setting resolutions, they start setting new goals, they start saying like, this is the year that this is going to happen. And so we all know that we have 365 days in the year. We have 52 weeks. We have 12 months inside of a year. And so often when I'm coaching my clients, they're like, oh, I just had a bad month, or I just had a bad week, or, how do I make my weeks better? And so I have my top 10 tips to help you have the best week ever. They're super simple, and I want to share them with you tonight. If you have not heard our 30-year track record training event called First Steps to Success, that has helped people pay off all their debt, including their mortgage, that has helped clients start businesses, who have helped client 10x their businesses, grow their marriage, go from knocking on divorce's doorstep to having an amazing, hot, passionate, marriage that is the envy of all of their friends. January 26th, 27th, and 28th in Orlando, Florida. We are kicking off the year with that event. You want to make sure you grab your ticket, whether it's in person, which is the best option. We do have virtual as well, but you want to make sure you grab your ticket, bring somebody along with you. There could not be a better way to kick off your 2024. But let's go ahead and hop into 10 ways to help you have the best week ever. Number 1, don't start the week stressed. So often people come into Sunday night and they almost get the Monday blues. They're like, oh my gosh, it's almost Monday. I can't believe it's almost Monday. Where'd the weekend go? They start focusing on all the problems they have, all the, things they've got to get done. And when you start off the week stressed, you're naturally not running 100%. It's like when you put stress on anything, it doesn't run to its full potential. And so when you're coming into the week, listen, I used to be one of those people that had a case of the Monday blues, and so I get it. Sunday would roll around and I'd be like, oh man. And do you want to know when I stopped hating Mondays and I started loving them? When on Sunday, I stopped saying that I hate Mondays, and I started being excited for Monday. I started seeing Monday for what it really was, which was a possibility, a fresh start, a chance to get closer to my goals. And so one of the things that I do during the weekend leading up to Monday is I never focus on problems. I always focus on solutions. It naturally flips your brain. And I never, ever, 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 ever allow myself to have those thoughts of, oh man, it's Monday. Oh my gosh, it's Monday. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to slay this week. I can't wait to move closer to my goals this week. And when you flip the script, when you flip the table on the stinking thinking, it actually gives you a leg up. It puts you in the driver's seat, and it allows you to take control of the week and truly get things done. All right. So number 2, start the week strong. This is one of my biggest secrets to having the best week ever, is start the week strong. So often when I'm coaching clients, they start slow on Mondays. They procrastinate. They don't jump out of bed. They just don't start strong. And what I'm going to tell you is Monday and Tuesday, I actually learned this from a high performer more than a decade ago. Someone that they were super young. They were making millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I said, what is your secret to, success, and they said win your weeks, and I said, they said win your Monday and Tuesday, and I was like, what does that mean? And they started to explain what it meant. And so because when you start your week with procrastination, now you're trying to play catch up, now you're behind the 8 ball, and there's a certain stress that comes along with being behind. And again, you are never going to long-term run the race to your full potential at max capacity, at maximum impact, if your vehicle is constantly running under stress. And so I started making sure my Monday mornings were jam-packed with all the activity I needed to get in. Monday is my busiest day. Like, I start the Monday just like firing on all cylinders. It is go time. Like, let's freaking go. Busiest day on Monday. Tuesday, my next busiest day. So that way, and let me tell you, do you know, I know all of us have had the Mondays where we didn't start off of our best. And how does that feel when we're going to bed? It's like, oh man, now we're more stressed because we think of all the things we've got to catch up. Versus, have you ever had a Monday where you just killed it? Like, you just slayed it and you know that you did? Like, how does that feel? Doesn't that feel amazing? Don't you feel like Superwoman? Don't you feel like Wonder Woman? Like, when I lay my head on the pillow Monday night and I'm like, yeah, like, I just nailed it. It feels so freaking good. So start your week strong. Number 3, schedule the things that you don't want to do first. Schedule the things that you don't want to do first. So what most of the population does is they do all the things they like to do, all the things they want to do first, and they procrastinate the things that they don't want to do, the things, and oftentimes the things that make the biggest difference in your life, in your business, in getting results is doing the things that we don't want to do, that we know we need to do. So if there's a phone call that I've got to make, if there's, anything that I've got to do that I know I naturally want to procrastinate, I schedule it first. I attack what is attacking me. I don't allow that sucker to hang over my head. I get it checked off the list. And again, part of this is your brain is the most powerful tool, the most powerful thing in your life. And so it's about flipping this so it's working for you and not against you. So often our mind and our brain works against us versus for us. And so when you're procrastinating on the thing you don't want to do, now you're doing all these things, but in the back of your mind is that thing that you need to do, but you don't want to do. So start your mornings, get all the things you don't want to do done first. Not only do you feel amazing, not only do you feel accomplished, not only is it a boost to your confidence and all those things, it actually sets off like endorphins inside of your body, like as if you were to do a workout or any of those things when you're accomplishing things like that. All right, so that's number 3. Schedule the things that you don't want to do first. Number 4, win your mornings. Win your mornings, win your mornings, win your mornings. Win your mornings. So when you get up, your morning, your brain is the freshest. It is the freshest. And so for me personally, I don't book meetings typically, almost never, in the mornings. All my meetings are typically in the afternoon. Morning is when I'm making the decisions. Mornings when maybe you're working on your book. Mornings are when you're writing emails or you're writing sales copy, or maybe you're coming up with schedule, or you're figuring out who you need to hire and what that looks like. This is when you're using your brain, because your brain is at its sharpest. It's like when you go to the pencil sharpener before school in the morning. Remember when you were in school and you sharpen the pencil? Your pencil is the sharpest those next couple things you do next. And as you continue to use it, the pencil gets dull. It'll still work and it'll still write, but it's not as sharp as it was when it came out of the pencil sharpener. And so every single morning when you wake up, it's like coming out of the pencil sharpener. You are the sharpest, you are the freshest. And so win your mornings. If you win your mornings, you'll win your days. If you win your days, you'll win your weeks. If you win your weeks, you'll win your month. And if you win your month, you'll win your year. And if you win your year, you'll win your decades. Like, there's no such thing as I had a bad year, I had a bad month, I had a bad decade. Not when you win your mornings. So, all right. Number 5, celebrate your wins. Celebrate your wins. This is hugely important because it's human nature to focus on naturally where we're not instead of where we're at. And so I'm going to tell you, if you want to run this race if you want to go the distance, because this is a marathon, it's not a sprint, you've got to get used to celebrating your wins. Here at Destiny Global, we call them sprouts. And a sprout is a sign of what's to come. So maybe you normally press snooze 5 times and this morning you only did it once. That's a sprout. That's a win. You knocked off 4 of those and you only pressed it once instead of 5 times. Maybe if you're trying to lose weight, you didn't go through fast food, or maybe you drank more water, or maybe you worked out. Whatever it is, even the little things, because it's the little things stacked up over time that make the big difference. So win your mornings. Number 6, adjust your attitude. Adjust your attitude. And here's what I mean by this. So often people have this thing where they're working for the weekend. They start their week and their entire week is a countdown till the weekend, which means that's your focus. That's what you're working for, versus having the attitude, first and foremost, of gratitude that you get another week, that you get another day, that you get another hour to go for it. Second, that you would be working towards your goals, not working for the weekend. Focus is our superpower, and we get what we focus on. And so when you're focusing on slaying your goals, accomplishing your goals, moving one step closer to your goals, that is what will happen, versus just checking the boxes until the weekend gets here. So make sure your attitude is in the right place. Make sure you're not just working for the weekend, that you're working to really accomplish your goals. Number 7, this is a huge one. Work 6 days, rest 1. And so often this goes completely against what people think when it comes to slaying their week. They're like, no, if I work 7 days, if I just work more, then I'm going to get closer to my goals. No, you can only burn the candle at 2 ends for so long before you get burnt out. And so your body was designed to work 6, rest 1. Like, rest is part of the recipe for success. It's where you recharge. It's where you reset. It is a part of the process of success, period. And listen, I've tried it both ways. I thought at one point that if I just work harder, work longer, work more hours, then I would get more done quicker. And then I would get into a season where I could rest when I accomplished all these things. And I got to tell you, what happened was I created a habit of not resting. I created a habit of impatience. I created a habit of, I got to get there now. And the truth was, I didn't get there any faster, because when you're not resting, you're never functioning to your full maximum capacity, versus when you take a day of rest and you follow that formula, work 6, rest 1. When you come back to work, you're like getting more done in less time. You're sharper. You're rested. Like you are setting yourself up for success versus burnout. Okay. So work 6, rest 1. And whatever your rest day is, like our rest day is Sunday. Whatever it is, some people, theirs is Saturday, some people Sunday, some people work the weekends and their rest day is Monday. Don't get caught in the weeds on which rest day is what. Just work 6, rest 1. Pick one day a week that you are resting. All right, number 8, plan the week before you get there. Plan the week before you get there. So most people don't plan to fail. They simply fail to plan. And planning is success's best friend. You will not find a successful entrepreneur, a successful business owner, anybody who's had success for any length of time who doesn't have to plan. And planning only comes natural for 25% of the population, which means the other 75% of the population, we have to learn to love it. We have to learn to embrace it. We have to learn to be like, okay, this doesn't come natural, but I can learn how to do it. And so if Monday rolls around and you don't have a plan for what you're doing, that means you're wasting Monday morning making the plan, versus knowing what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and being able to execute the plan. That is what high performers do. That is what 6 and 7 figure income earners do. That is what people who have really learned how to build something that's going to leave an impact on this earth to accomplish their goals. All those people that are doing those things, they've learned that a plan is a necessity when it comes to success, that it's also a part of success. Again, people don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. They're out there winging it, hoping, praying, throwing a bunch of crap against the wall and hoping something sticks. So plan your week, plan your days before you get there. Number 9, say no. Let this be the year that no enters your vocabulary. And I'm not saying that you can't say yes. But if it doesn't, there was this saying that about 6 months ago that I just started, well, it was more, it was sometime towards the beginning of 2023. And if it doesn't make me happier, healthier, wealthier, or free up my time, it's no. Not only is it no, it's heck no. So happier, healthier, wealthier, or free up my time, it is no. So often we run around doing all these things for other people and we forget to make ourselves a priority. And so I love people. I don't necessarily like to let people down. But if I'm always doing for other people and I'm not prioritizing my life and my goals, do you see where the problem lies? So there's gotta be a balance. There's gotta be a balance. And sometimes it's just no. Thank you for thinking of me. I've got another appointment that's not gonna work this week. Or thank you for thinking of me that I'm completely booked that day, but I know you'll be able to get it done. And it feels, at first, I felt guilty saying no. It was like, oh, they're gonna not like me. They're gonna be mad. But once I got over that, can I tell you the freedom that came from saying no? Thank you for thinking of me, but no, thank you. Or that's not gonna work. I'm booked that day, but thanks. Like it, all of a sudden it was like, oh, I didn't feel like I was a chicken with my head cut off. I didn't feel like I had to do. And here's the thing, I would say yes, and then I'd be mad about it. You ever done that? Like you said yes, and then you were like mad that they asked you, like how dare they ask me? It was my responsibility to either say yes or no. And so this year, for some of you especially who book up your schedule doing all this stuff for other people, this is where you get to add the 2-letter word no to your vocabulary. All right, final one, number 10, so important to winning your week, to running the race long-term, sleeping. You need to sleep 7 to 9 hours every single night. Listen, I could have done this entire success tip on sleep because that is how vital this is to your success. The crazy things that happen to your metabolism, to your cells inside of your body that fight off diseases, that fight off cancer, that fight off sickness, the things that happen, just all the crazy things that happen if you are lacking in sleep. You will get far further faster if your vehicle is running at max capacity, max speed, maximum impact. And the only way that is going to happen long term is if you are taking care of the vehicle that you're running the race with, AKA your body. And so you've got to be sleeping. And as somebody who used to be very impatient for success, I had the mantra of I can sleep when I'm dead. And I would always be pushing the boundaries. I'm going to go to bed at 11. And then I'm going to get this one last thing done and one last thing done and one last thing done and one last thing done. And then before I knew it, it was 1, 2, 3 in the morning. And then I was waking up, pressing snooze, running behind, starting the day with procrastination, starting the day self-negotiating with myself. Okay, if I don't do my hair, if I only do lipstick and mascara, if I don't do my makeup, if I skip breakfast. Like I would lay there and negotiate and see how much longer I could sleep. Why? Because I was never getting enough rest. I wasn't recharging my body so that I could run at max capacity, that I could give maximum input, that I could be at 100% as I was trying to go after my goals. And so sleep is your friend. When you're not sleeping, you stress, anxiety. We freak out more about the problems. Our metabolism actually goes into this thing called metabolic grogginess, which makes our metabolism slow down, which causes us to gain weight. It's harder to lose weight. We can't focus the same way. It is just literally, I could spend hours talking to you about all the benefits of sleep. Google it. It's crazy. But if you want to win your weeks, you've got to make sure you're getting sleep 7 to 9 hours a night, every single night. And those are my top 10 steps to how to have the best week ever. So thank you so much for watching. We will be back. Again with another success tip here in a couple weeks, but I will not see you before Christmas in a success tip. So have an amazing Christmas. Have an amazing New Year. Let this last couple weeks be the time where you're looking back at 2023 and you're celebrating all that you've done and looking forward to 2024, getting excited about the possibilities, getting excited about what it is that you will do in this next year. And I know there's a bunch of us that are going to be coming together in 2024 to really start our year off right, to be intentional about 2024. It's not going to be the year that we throw a bunch of crap against the wall and see what sticks, that we're going to actually put ourselves in position by being at that 3-day event in Orlando and really help kick our year off with a bang. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next one. Make it a great week on purpose.